coons, what have y'all done for us lately? And if there's no answer, the only thing we owe them. Take the energy that you devoted to hating Trump and convert it to Elon Musk. Okay, brother, I'm just talking to my
You good, Dr. Short. Just keep rolling.
I'm saying to everybody that Elon Musk is public enemy number one to Black people in America, not Donald Trump. Elon Musk, we must resist him. Everybody needs to share this channel, this platform. Like it, push it. Send this to everyone. We need to boycott Elon Musk. Elon Musk needs to be driven out of business in America and in the world. If you guys know where Tesla dealership is, you need to start calling them. If you know anyone that sells the cars, tell them you're going to throw a picket line up. You don't want, if you live in a city, you don't want a Tesla business in your city. You have to show devils like this person that it doesn't pay to insult Black Americans. I don't give a fuck how much money he has. Frederick Douglass didn't give a damn that 70% of the American economy was based on the Cotton South and slavery. Why should we care? And we shouldn't deal with any Black celebrity that takes a photo op with this bastard. We can start with them. Whoever took a photo op with him, that includes Kanye, we need to cuss them and threaten them that we'll never buy another damn thing that they make. And all of Kanye's shit is ugly anyway, just like his public behavior is ugly. I've been very, very mute to criticize Kanye because Kanye, I've known Kanye since he was a teenager, but this is ridiculous. Now you're with Elon Musk. Is it because he's a Nazi? Kanye, have you lost your effing mind, fool? And he'll never speak back to me because I'll remind him, your father was right, Kanye. You would go nuts if you made it as a star in the music business, and you have. And everybody Black that's running after Elon Musk is filth. This year, 1965, my 60th year of life, I've had, and I can remember all the way back to being what? Wow. Today, tomorrow. Tomorrow will mark 60 years since Malcolm X's house was firebombed. 60 years ago tomorrow. 3 years tomorrow, had a heart attack, shouldn't be here. God has me here for a reason, and one of those reasons is to tell Elon Musk to take his racist ass back to South Africa. He's the one that needs to go the fuck back to Africa. And you know what? If they think they're going to have a white ethno state in South Africa, it's never going to happen. Okay? It's never, ever going to happen. And by the way, white South Africans who are bitching and complaining about how much they don't like South Africa, do you know when they go somewhere else, they don't like it and they come back? because the black people in South Africa kiss white people's asses. The white South Africans are treated better by the black people whose guts they hate than anywhere else in the world. So all this stuff that they're doing is some basically, it's they're poor winners. White supremacists are miserable winners. They have everything and they feel like they have nothing. You know what they don't have? They don't have the blessing of God. White people are a dying species. These hateful folks who would rather touch a gun than touch a titty, would rather touch a Glock than a pussy, would rather hold a grenade than a baby. That's a recipe for a dying species. You'd rather watch porn than make love. You'd rather be in a hate group than be in a singles mixer group. It's your fault. You guys are miserable because hatred makes you miserable. The only thing that has not happened in 500 years, people, is that the people who've been putting up with this behavior from people from Western Europe in particular haven't decided we can hate just like they do. I'm not encouraging anyone to hate anyone, but I am encouraging to hate Tesla, to hate Twitter, anything associated with Elon Musk, hate it, boycott it. And we voted for Donald Trump. Anybody in here for MAGA? And I will block the shit out of you. This South Africa shit, this person, you Mark R person, if you think South Africa's cool, get the hell off my platform. Slavery, genocide, and apartheid is nuts. And if you're for that, I'm going to just say this to you. I don't know what you are. If you guys have no idea how horrible the world could be if everybody decided that you, if you're white, deserve what you've passed out the last 400 or 500 years. You guys don't know. Nobody's fighting you. You guys are at war with everyone because you've overreached. You've got to stop it while you have a chance. Because the way things go, okay, they act like the only people that can be mass shooters that can go on a rampage over I don't like stuff is some white male. Bullshit. And your numbers are diminishing. 70% of the people in this country that are white are over the age of 50. You're dying people. And y'all need to learn how to make friends to folks. Someone's going to have to wipe the shit out of your ass when you're in assisted living. And young white folk don't like that kind of work. Y'all have to learn how to, if you refuse to learn how to get along with other people and you drive people to the point where they've got to fight you because you won't acknowledge they don't have the right to walk around, then what happens when someone says, well, okay, I don't have the right to walk around, neither do you. That's equality. I don't know who the hell this is. Get this person off of there. No. Get this person off of my site. This ugly bitch on here, you ugly racist bitch. If you think it's right for people to be murdered because of the color of their skin, you don't get anything right. You guys are in trouble. Bricks and all this shit, people could drop the dollar. All the cheap goods you get because of slavery, because of genocide in Congo and other places, y'all need to grow the fuck up. Elon Musk is an enemy to MAGA. Getting America into a conflict, a trade conflict with the countries in Africa, which give all the strategic minerals for everything that we need, is pure insanity. And the Chinese are waiting for America to be really, really stupid.
Buy China, Dr. Short. Buy China. Buy China.
Yeah, we need to buy China.
Buy
We need
China.
to we need to boycott. We need to get the hell off my channel. I don't want any racists. Everybody knows I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump to make America great again. I did not vote for Elon Musk to try to revoke Ronald Reagan's policy towards South Africa which ruled more or less that apartheid was repugnant and repellent. You damn white folk need to remember your own history. You get so geeked up off of this tranny John Travolta looking racist because what, he's white you, so whatever he does is good. You think so. You y'all have 20 million illegal people in this country that don't want to go back. You're going to have a hard time making them leave, and they're young military age men. The majority of them are under the age of 35. They've got a literal army of illegals that you let be brought in here because you hate black people. Now you have buyer's remorse. What if the cartels from Mexico arm them to fight you? You might need people who hate apartheid to help you. Look, very few blacks of all of America's wars, very few black people served in the Mexican-American War because Mexico was anti-slavery. Not that I'm running after illegals in the country because I want them to leave too. However, this Elon Musk shit and this Vivek Ramaswamy shit, MAGA's got to have more discernment. If not, we're going to have to deal with MAGA. What made America great, you idiots, was slavery and land stolen from the so-called Indians who were black people, says my ancestry. You fucking racists. And you guys, we're not going to live in the 18th century because you guys are psychotic and have this psychopathy that you can do to other people what won't be done to you. That's insane. You're insane. And people will not take this. Let me remind you of white history. White people from what? The Jacksonian period of the 1800s all the way up to the second decade of the 19th century used to have a ritual. Well, actually, even a ritual of going around and, I don't know, attacking and killing black communities, people. And of course, lynching went on beyond that. Now, it's been replaced by gentrification, urban renewal, up until 1919, which means from almost 130 years, these folks had a habit of going into areas where black people were and killing, attacking, and burning because they felt like it. And usually black people accepted. I mean, God, we're outnumbered. We just want peace, which is all we've ever wanted, and we've never been given. You're going to learn to leave us the fuck alone. I'm just being straight with you. What happened in 1919 is that people started shooting back, figuring police won't help, you won't stop. You're determined to mistreat people because of what they look like, and you won't coexist, and you're in my neighborhood to threaten my life. A lot of white folk got shot down, stabbed, beaten for the first time. Oh my God, black people can defend themselves from my stupid, psychotic white hatred because I feel like killing people because I'm superior. And that's when they started using the police to terrorize black people. So you have to do it under the cover of law, not man or woman enough to go into the streets unless you had overwhelming numbers. Even in Chicago, the 1919 riot, black people, maybe 2-3% of the population of a city, stood up to white folks armed. Little armies attacked black neighborhoods, and black folks, I mean, they lost, but they fought back. White people were surprised. They fought back. Why? It used to be a custom all over the country when white people wanted to go on a rampage and hurt black people. Black folks would let the white people beat them and stomp them and let the white people get their anger out. Maybe their lives would be spared. Believe it or not, that was almost like the civil rights movement. Just let them beat you. Show them that you love, they'll stop doing it. It's not so. People will never, ever stop mistreating you if their bully and they perceive that you're less than them and you won't resist them. They will never do it. And so Black folks need to declare war on anybody that declares war on us. Elon Musk needs to be made an example. As the Chinese said, kill one to scare 10,000. We should economically kill Elon Musk to scare millions of people that we're tired of this shit. Gaza, Ukraine, and South Africa. So you got a genocide that's ongoing that you want to develop into like a, I don't know,
The
a
beach.
white,
They want to make it Miami.
no, they want to make it a Zionist genocidal Disneyland.
Yeah.
You want to create a white ethno state in Africa to celebrate white people killing Black people. And then you've got white folk killing white people because you don't like Slavs. They're not white enough. You know, do you guys look at yourselves? This is white supremacy? All this killing and warfare, not Greco-Roman philosophy and building like the fucking infrastructure of this country sucks. Making America great again. If you think it's going to come off the asses of Black people, I'm telling you, I'm 60. These young Black kids, they don't care a damn about anything. They don't mind dying. People are dying every day with these fucking shots you pushed on people. Folks may go out in blazes. You know, why do you want this? You have to be psychotic. You have to be a sick group of people to want this kind of thing, to not see it because it's not going to screw you, or so you think. So you think. So you think. All South Africa, those little sorry ass, sub out, coon ass ANC people, all they'd have to do is refuse to ship strategic minerals to the United States. And that would shut down America industrially. All the African countries have to do is do a Rosa Parks and tell you white people, fuck no. Y'all have been lucky. People are hoping somehow they can win you over. But you know what? You real insane Elon Musk type white folks will only understand getting what you put out there. And that's a belief in the Bible. It says, as a man sows, so shall he reap. Now, you guys have sown genocide, slavery, lynching, mass incarceration. You poison the chicken so all the Black men have prostate cancer. You poison the water with fluoride because it hurts Black people. It causes them renal. You do all of this stuff to hurt and destroy people. And you imagine, stupidly, that people couldn't hate your guts for it. And I don't hate you. And I don't encourage anybody hate anyone. But I can assure you, where the roles reversed, I've seen white folks, just one thing a Black person does, and they can hate them, teach their kids hate just one thing. They can imagine we did it. Someone white could tell them something that didn't happen, and they can hate all Black people as a collective. What if, because Black people copy white people and all the wrong things, what if we picked up your bad habit to hate everybody? You think it can't happen. And yet you remove prayer from the school. You attack anybody that has any strong faith or ethical moral beliefs because you guys want to have sex with children and animals and all this other kind of stuff, which is a significant part of many of you people's culture. You guys have animal brothels and so forth. Yes, you do. You have them in Oregon and Washington State and other places. Real talk. What if we picked up your bad habits after 400 or 500 years? As much as you put Black people down in America, with all of our faults and failures, we don't have a culture where we hate whole groups of people because they exist. And if people dislike you, they should, based on the history. You guys hate people simply because they're different. And we dislike people because how we're treated. And you make it the same. It's two different things. I'm saying to everyone watching this, you can start tweeting, boycott Elon Musk, buy Chinese or African, anybody else that makes an electrical car, anybody but Elon, ABE, anybody, and I call him Eat My Butt. Anybody but Eat My Butt. It's time for people to stop this. I don't have a problem with government accountability. I don't have a problem. I hate USAID. That's a good thing. Shut that shit down because it's nothing but a kill all the niggas project and CIA coups and other bullshit. And they're pushing all kinds of sodomy and shit and pedophilia all over Africa with USAID money. That's all USAID. It should be called US AIDS because that's what you're going to get when they give you something. Okay, it's a nasty, vile thing. I agree with that. But South Africa and Gaza, that's a goddamn disgrace. That's not MAGA. That's FAGA. Poor ass genocidal Aryans. PHAGA. FAGA. Poor ass genocidal Aryans. MAGA shouldn't be FAGA.
Hey, Dr. Short, let me ask you, is this the quick pro quo that Trump did with him? Or is he leveraging?
I don't care what it is. Quid pro quo. South Africa? Are they fucking kidding me? After hundreds of years of white people stealing everything, they control the whole economy and they're bitching. You're what, 10% of the population and you got 80% of the money and you're miserable? About what? You stole it all. And they let you keep what you stole and you're unhappy? You deserve to be run out. It wasn't yours any damn way. There's a expiration date on evil, systemic structural evil and systemic structural institutional racism globally. You can't constantly do stuff and it not be dealt with. And again, the fundamental lie is that the Black people have a genocidal plan to kill off the whites in South Africa, when the reverse is true. Millions of Black South Africans have died due to malnutrition, lack of health care, and other things through the state that's still more or less controlled by white people who structured it where Black people died disproportionately and prematurely. And it's in the millions of people. Pull out your calculator. And it's easy to estimate maybe every month since the 1990s, maybe 10, 25,000 Black South Africans have died a month due to malnutrition, just malnutrition alone. Multiply it by 12, and then multiply it by 31. And you have a lowball number of the Black people that have died in South Africa. If you understand that the government before supported and did very little to contain AIDS because they wanted Black South Africans to die, and that they had promoted homosexuality, which is a very, very dangerous lifestyle. In fact, if you want a guaranteed income in South Africa, just tell people you're homosexual, and you'll get what's called a social grant. So they're paying these young, broke Africans who are hungry to be gay. This is a population thing. Elon Musk and them know about Dr. Bassoon. People know that the state of Israel had worked with South Africa to develop limited nuclear weapons, to use atomic weapons to bomb and kill blacks all over South Africa where white people would be able to survive. Atomic blast on blacks. This is what Elon Musk thinks is good. Genocide. That's what Elon Musk wants. And that little symbol, you need to show that symbol up, brother. That little three-pronged symbol represents white South African Nazism. White South Africa is a Nazi anti-black society. That is what Elon Musk romanticizes. And Donald Trump, I'm sorry. You look stupid. Elon Musk is ruining what Donald Trump wants to do. This South Africa thing is a deal breaker for me as a Black American. I'm not going to kiss Trump or anybody's ass over apartheid in South Africa. Because if you say it's right there, then it's right here for us. And if Elon Musk is there, if he's against Black South Africans getting restitution for what's been done to them, then he's going to be against reparations for us, justice for us. I didn't vote for him. And $260 million is not, it didn't come to us. You gave that to a campaign. You're not really a Republican. You're not really a MAGA. You figured that you could use your relationship with Trump to have a conflict of interest and get yourself involved in the government so you could enrich yourself. It's corrupt. He's vile. He's filth. And I wouldn't say if anyone Black in South Africa, you bastards need to go in and take his family's gold mine. The government of South Africa needs to nationalize Elon Musk's gold mine and use that money to repair the Black folks who suffered from apartheid. And in fact, take his shit. On top of that, everybody out here needs to protest the fact that Elon Musk has those little ugly cars. I guess we could call them the Slum V. That there's a $400 million line item that they buy $400 million of his cars that don't even work. They look ugly. They look like a crackhead Batmobile. Fuck him. We need Chinese shit.
Hey, Dr. Short, let me ask you, because I know a lot of people don't really understand the significance or understand what an apartheid state would do, because
apartheid is slavery, genocide. It's Jim Crow on steroids. It's Jim Crow on steroids. Mississippi at its worst is heaven compared to South Africa. But you know what? One thing will remain constant. Apartheid, just like America, had a black boule, a group of Black people that did really good, but they were snitches and backstabbing coons who made certain that 9/10 of Black South Africans never had shit. We already know how our boule coons are, how the Prince Hall Masons, how the Divine Swine, and the other no good sellout Black folks, people who identify as biracial, are. Imagine if the state, see, Jim Crow was state to state. Apartheid was a federal system of Black subjugation. For all you Black men that can't live without white pussy, you couldn't have a white woman in South Africa under apartheid. For all you weak ass Black men who live only for your penises, you're some sorry ass niggas. You can't get white pussy. Okay, I know I'm gonna get some help now. I'm gonna get a lot of help now. No more white pussy, it's gone. Last round of drinks, no more white pussy, says Elon Musk.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand when
all the people out here, all you folks that are nominally Black who are passing for white, If you can't pass a comb test, if they can't run a comb through your hair, you get classified as colored or black. There are millions of white Americans who are getting to be white who will lose your status as white people. You dumb fuck racists that are brunettes with brown eyes and semi-curly hair that you're proud of. If Elon Musk didn't have his way, you'll be stripped of your whiteness. I mean, see, hating black people could cost your ass your white status, you stupid ass people. Racial hatred is insane. Now, your ass could get burned by this shit that you think benefits you. You need to watch it. The other thing apartheid would do is would make people live in broke, underserved things, way worse than what we have in projects and black suburbs that they're pushing people out of cities, and it will be much worse. And way more inferior schools, inferior everything. And not only that, if you think racial profiling is bad here, in South Africa under apartheid, everybody has to have a passbook. If you don't have a passbook on you at all times, you can be put in jail. You could end up in basically an official type of slavery. You could be killed for simply not having your passbook.
Let me see your papers. Let me see your papers.
You can't go places. There's a curfew. You can't do this. You can't do that. All kinds of jobs you can't have. All of you Negroes that have fought to live in white areas, they had a thing called the Group Areas Act. You couldn't live near white people. So all of you that have fought to live in gated communities around white people, because you can't stand being around black people, you're going to have to live in a broke-ass area with black people. There's all kinds of corruption. The schools are only designed to make certain that black kids get maybe, at best, the majority, a 6th grade education so they can be servants to white people. Discrimination is the norm. So you won't be able to ride certain buses, certain trains, certain airplanes, certain sections. You only get the worst of everything. Apartheid would revoke the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, the Open Housing Act. For all of you passing yourselves off as Indians and white, the American Indian Act, where Indians got civil rights. And interracial marriage would be illegal. So all of your marriages, for all of you black women that just got to suck a rich white dude's dick, or a broke one, but pretend he's rich when you're putting on airs in front of us who are not fooled, all of the interracial sex that you guys just need so much, it's over. Not only that, they may decide, as they did under apartheid, to classify and make groups of people as suited them. And they may decide that black people from the South are different from black people in the North. And they will therefore, if you're from New York, you can't travel to South Carolina without their permission. And your leadership and everything may be for your area, and they'll create a little local black elite that works to screw you on behalf of the system. Somebody tell me you want this. Somebody tell me you want slavery. They're talking about slavery. Donald Trump bringing back slavery. That's not Donald Trump, but it is Elon Musk. Y'all need to rise up on his ass. And I'm just telling you, where the hell is Black Lives Matter? Where is everybody? I mean, I'll tell you why Black Lives Matter is silent. Black Lives Matter is tied to the Democrats. And the Democrats have said, let Elon Musk do all this bad shit to black people. So MAGA will fail, and blacks will vote Democratic. There are even Democratic folks now saying they support reparations.
Say, Dr. Short, I need you to repeat exactly what you just said.
The black Democrats and the Democratic Party are not going after Elon Musk. They want him to do as crazy shit as possible to get black folks back on the Democratic Party plantation. We got a little bit of freedom with Trump, whether you like him or not, and they're scared. Now, what I'm going to say, so it's very clear, I don't have an issue about voting for Trump, but lily white supremacists, the nasty, pasty, racist white people, and the Republican Party, who are scum that need to go the fuck back to Europe. That's how I feel. I couldn't give a damn about them. That's not why I voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump to say genocide in Gaza, it's cool, get over it. That's stupid. I'm not here pushing the Palestinian cause per se, but damn, when Donald Trump talked to Jordan and Egypt, he said they have 1.7, 1.8 million Palestinians. There used to be 2.5 million. Does Donald Trump know that they've killed like maybe 800,000 Palestinians have been killed out of 2.5 million? That's a genocide. You mean the answer to it is to send them to another country? You mean you're good with that? You want them to? Who would want to occupy a place where they kill? Where's the money going to come to rebuild Gaza? And why isn't there money right now? Why is the head of Homeland Security, why is Holman begging for resources to kick these illegal gangsters out of this country? Why isn't Elon Musk working to make certain that Holman succeeds, that this damn border wall and everything else they need is done? Okay, real talk here. Again, Musk is trash. He will always be trash, and so will most of the people like him in South Africa. They've been nasty and cruel. They didn't just kill people in South Africa. They killed them in Namibia. They killed them in Zambia. They helped kill them in Zimbabwe. They were killing people in Angola. They killed people in Mozambique. They are a brutal, vicious lot of people. By the way, no white country wants white South Africans because they're like Elon Musk. Like I said earlier, white South Africans that go abroad, Afrikaners in particular, end up going back to South Africa because other people don't like them. They're nasty, they're vicious, they're cruel, they're mean, they're annoying, they're difficult, they're crude. People don't like them. They end up hating other white people. That's why they're not going back. They should go back to Holland. Holland, the mother country of Afrikaners, is now 30% non-white. Don't you think the Dutch would like some white help? But the Dutch don't want them. No one wants these people. The only people that want them are white American Nazis. But the problem is white South Africans are older too. They're not viable. I mean, you're talking about having a war and all, your asses all have gray hair and shit. Even Elon Musk is 53 years old. All these old ass hateful white people living in the past because their grift on being able to fuck over other people is being brought to an end. And in South Africa, it's 31 years after apartheid was supposed to end. Most black folks are still broke and hungry, underemployed. They haven't benefited from this. The white people in South Africa are richer than ever, and they're still bitching. Nobody came in and took their shit and gave it back to people. It's never happened. The black people have been compelled to pay white people for land that whites stole. If that makes any sense. Imagine someone stealing your car and you having to pay them to get it back, and that person mad about it. That's what Elon Musk is doing. How dare black people have anything? Look at what he did to Scamaswamy. Scamaswamy, who's a Brahmin Hindu who thought he's an honorary white, Vivek gave that dude the knife because they hate everyone. They hate everybody. They hate everybody, people. And I'm going to tell you something. I was doing a show, and this guy, I guess he's some white supremacist, and he called up and he was saying all this stuff about spears and black people and savages and white supremacy. I grew up with this shit. I grew up with white folks who want to kill all black people. I get it. And by the way, I never became that where I hate kill it. No, I don't. I never felt that way ever. I don't like individuals, and I understand that groups have their tensions. But I said to the young white guy, if you spent less time jerking off watching porn, if you spent less time at the rifle range, and you guys, white guys, simply screwed your own damn women, a lot of black men would have less lumbar, lower back pain, picking up all the slack because you guys aren't up to it. In fact, Viagra's still on sale. Why aren't you buying it? And in fact, if you guys were making white children, your race would have a chance of surviving. We're not bothering you. You guys are suiciding because you'd rather hate than love. In fact, your women can get so tired of you being at the rifle range, they're basically stalking all the black men. If I told you how many white women have approached me online, it's in the thousands. I'm not, you don't see me out there with some Confederate hat on saying, yo, 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 Snow Bunny, I shoot. No, I don't. I mean, if it's not like that. I mean, come on, brothers. How many of you have been harassed? Come on, Q. White women don't care if you're married. You know, they want an extra 3 or 4 inches. Maybe it's not even there, but just the thought that you had more than the sorry ass white dude that thinks drinking some Rolling Rock and ejaculating in 5 minutes and falling asleep is making her feel good. They get tired of this narcissistic, self-centered, egotistical, egocentric, asinine white dudes who can't hold a conversation, can't be nice, can't be kind. You'd rather bowl than screw. And then you're mad at someone else, your women are running after somebody else. She has to scream rape with the black scarecrow to get your attention. And it's not love of her, it's the hate of what you thought was a black dude that gets you involved, not because you love her. That's so sad. And we black men, if we don't want to die off, we need to be more than abortion clinic, sperm dropper, abortion getaway car drivers taking your women down to have their babies killed because you guys can't create a business and commerce for us to raise enough children. So we've got a population viable to stand up to this shit. Now, I just had to get this off my chest. Yes, fuck Elon Musk. Don't buy his shit. It's if you can reach out to Republicans, you need to tell them the Democrats are going to kick the shit out of the Republicans in 2026. And I'm going to tell you something. All they have to do is make Vance look like he's a slow dragging partner to Elon Musk, and his ass will never be president of this country. In fact, the trans and all this shit will be back. There'll be drag queens reading like never before. We'll have somebody worse than Biden that doesn't have dementia. Enjoy the $50 dozen eggs. Enjoy animal porn on primetime television. That's what's coming because stupid ass MAGA people haven't decided that this guy, there's a conflict of interest and he's a fuck up. He's messing up the agenda. Trump got distracted in his first term running after that crackhead Pinocchio looking Ryan and did this stupid ass tax cut instead of building infrastructure, instead of putting America fully back to work. And those same rich ass people hate Donald Trump's ass. They've been against them. You gave them all this money. They still don't want you. You're not welcome at the country club. And white evangelicals, forgive me. Vagina White, it's because Paula, I respect people named Paula. Vagina White, little skanky white preacher whore bitch. Nobody respects you. You're not a woman of God. In fact, I've seen a lot of strippers with more dignity. And damn, if you're that important and you're laid up with Benny Hinn, I feel sorry for you. What does he do? Blow on your clitoris and you have an orgasm? You know, he blows on Hinn. He's the biggest crook of them all. The only crook bigger is my favorite dude. TD takes dicks cakes or takes dicks jakes. Y'all know TD Jakes ain't shit. I'm here to say it. I'm just watching him go down. And I'll tell you something else, because this brother's talking about MFM. If we want to get reparations, if we even want the discussion, it's never going to happen in a White House with Elon Musk anywhere near Trump. We got to run his ass out. I don't know what you guys can do. I don't know how you're going to do it, but Elon Musk's ass has to go. I don't mind audits, but see, Elon Musk, he wants to skim some shit. He's not all that smart. He's more evil than he's smart. And I don't like him. Nobody should like him. Okay? Take it from me. It's time for us to say fuck you to Elon Musk. If Donald Trump, it's a mistake. You're destroying your legacy with this asinine, transsexual John Travolta looking asshole with this fucked up hairdo. And what's all this redness in his cheeks? Is he shit-faced drunk when he goes out? I don't know. But he looks stupid. He sounds stupid. You got all that money. I'm telling you, Kamala Harris sounded more eloquent than him. And you know what it is? He's white and rich. And so he's in the rich white dummy talking because you're rich and white, right? People just take it that, you know, you're saying something because you have money. Instead of the fact that he didn't make all that money, he's got government contracts. I believe he snorts cocaine.
That just goes to show how an immigrant in this country that comes to this country can make all this money. That's just slap in the face that how this individual is not even an American-born citizen and he came over here and got all these government contracts and became the richest man in the world.
Well, there's another reason to that. Elon Musk is a GCP. Elon Musk is a GCP. When you hear this discussion of South Africa, the people who made South Africa pop for money were GCP. God's chosen people. The Rothschilds. Need I say more? So, and by the way, so look at it. Ukraine, the head of government, Zelensky, stealing, GCP. What's going on in Gaza? Netanyahu, GCP. The dominant people that run the mining and the extraction sector of South Africa, Oppenheimer, GCP. And the person fucking up MAGA in real time in America, an Afrikaner Jew Nazi, GCP here in America. And I'm not talking about no conspiracy. Everything I just said is a fact. This is a GCP issue, and I know. And look, I'm very straight with people.
Hannibal said you better thank a union member.
Well, I mean, who controls the union, sir? And I'm just going to say something to people. When I mentioned to you guys, I'm a realist. Robert Israel is one of my grandfathers. The Israel family ran the city of London. The city of London is the financial hub of the city of London. I mean, London as the largest city. I'm descendant of GCPs who set up all this stuff. The trade in sugar and slavery in Barbados, which made the damn British Empire rich, was set up by GCPs. Look up Robert Israel. I don't have any of the money. I don't hate anybody. I'm not encouraging anybody to hate anyone. I'm not attacking nobody's religion, but I'm calling a spade here. Robert Israel. Look his ass up. Don't blame me. I didn't do anything. I don't want anybody enslaved. I don't want apartheid. I don't want genocide. I don't want war. Doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, right? But for us, we must declare economic war on Elon Musk. We must do it. It has to happen. We have to draw some blood here. Now, let's do some other topics, but I had to get this off my chest. Everybody, I'm just a little teeny tiny. Oh, yeah, someone said his dad marries his stepdaughter. Look, the Afrikaners are a bunch of inbred, nasty, gritty, grimy, racist. Okay? What happens in a lot of cultures and history and civilization, you get a group of people that mess over everybody, and I don't like it. But sometimes what ends up happening is that group gets taken out or forced to assimilate in other groups because they're so impossible to live with. These white South Africans are playing with fire down there. They're playing with fire. South Africa, many experts thought 9 years ago, or if not before 9 years ago, that South Africa would have a serious revolution and the white folks would be driven out. The Black South Africans are incredibly patient people. Actually, they're more patient with white South Africans than they are with African illegals and African immigrants in South Africa. Last week, a funeral was done for a person, and a friend of mine had a cousin that was shot dead. He's from Malawi. He was shot dead by 3 South African thugs because he's from Malawi. In South Africa, if I'm saying it right, if you're not a South African and you're in South Africa, their word for you is kwekwe. Kwekwe basically is like tether nigger, if I could put it. And they will kill you, rape you, burn your house down. You don't belong there. The next time Africans or Caribbeans or anybody says any shit to you about Black Americans being xenophobic, they're bullshitting. We're way more accepting than every other community of Black people in the world. And that's been our downfall. We need to be more exclusive. I real talk with everybody, with white people, with everyone. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you're from. Are you against me? Are you for me? That's how Jews are. And I'm not mad at Jews for being that way. To survive, they need to know what you're thinking. I need to know your ideology, your beliefs. I don't care what you look like.
So, Dr. Short, the EFF is they
I'm
said
a
they're not worried about none of this stuff with Musk, Trump, nothing. They
Well,
don't care.
Malema may get money from Soros for all we know. I'm trying. Black people are so clusterfucked on a global basis. It's very difficult. It's really hard to give people good reports. I want to. I mean, I'm not mad at nobody, right? I want people to have heroes. I want people to have folks to look up to. But you know what? Look up to God because people are going to let you down. Malema supports LGBTQ, abortion, and a range of stuff. that's bad for Black South Africans. And I'm not saying hurt or beat up same-sex attracted people. That can't be a priority. We got too much shit threatening us for me to have to sit down and sign off on everyone that wants their ass blown out, or every woman that needs her carpet munched by a woman, when that job can be done by a man. And I think the cruelest form of outsourcing on the planet is for vaginas to lose jobs to men's rectums. That's the worst outsourcing. Way before they start sending shit to China, you send the shit to San Francisco and Atlanta. I'm tired of it. Stop outsourcing the vaginas jobs. We need to bring those jobs back to the furry rest, to the home of bliss and procreation. Stop outsourcing Black pussy's jobs, brothers. Stop outsourcing Black dick's jobs, studs. All the king's horses and all the king's men are doing their best to bring Black dicks and pussies together again. Amen. That's my rhyme for this show. And you can't find a better pussy or a better dick than what you have among your own people. Okay? And white women lead Black men in the same proportion that Black women lead Black men. It's a lie that white women are more loyal. But it's really nice propaganda when you want to piss sisters off. White woman, brother.
So, Dr. Short,
it's basically a way to fight pork chop feminism.
Before we went live, you sent me an article that Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed today.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed. But the person that we want confirmed is Robert Kennedy. I was talking to my future physician, a very great medical doctor as well as naturopathic doctor by the name of Theodore Watkins here in Washington, D.C., that takes all patients, and his specialty is getting people treated from cancer, told me the consumption of chicken once a day increases one's chance of prostate cancer 4 times. And I'm a chicken-eating Southern Negro. So I have a Costco chicken. I actually have 3. And Selfish is going to have to eat all of this chicken herself. She's happy. In fact, this morning, when I was thinking about, I think this chicken is part because it's full of hormones and shit. Black folks stop eating the chicken. Got to get out of chicken, got to get out of beef. It's got to be fish, goat, and maybe lamb if it doesn't have hormones in it. And that's expensive shit. Negroes, y'all need to start raising your own chickens. There's going to be a business for people to raise chickens that don't have all this shit inside of them. Because I'm a chicken-loving Negro, but let me tell you something. This morning, I asked Selfish, you want some funky chicken? And she went, ah. I said, hell yeah, I want some funky chicken. So I'm going to give Selfish an entire chicken because I'm going to start slowly not eating chicken anymore. I got to start eating wild-caught fish. People, Black men are getting all this prostate cancer, I suspect, because we eat a lot of chicken. It's affordable. We've been told it's healthy. It's part of our culture and our diet. And they poisoned it, just like they poisoned the blankets that they gave to the Indians. This is a wicked-ass system. We need Robert Kennedy Jr., Bobby Kennedy Jr., to be confirmed. He got to the Senate today. There's a vote coming up. If Robert Kennedy wins, if he gets through, that's a great thing that's happened for MAGA. Mind you, you've known me how many years? How often have you heard me criticize Trump?
Not many.
Seldom, right? And there's a lot that could be said. I'm deliberately not doing that. But you have to find out if it's the duck, brother, if the duck has hormones. I love ducks. They're great pets. I love chickens too.
Yeah, like
At this
Dr. Short
point,
said, if you guys are gonna eat that stuff, one thing we got to do is we have to go to farm raised stuff that's no antibiotics, none of that stuff is in it, and it's not hard. Most of us don't live. Most of us, let's be honest. Most of us live in areas where a garden is very available. Everybody don't live in the food desert. Most
mhm.
people that watch the channels actually live within a 2-3 mile radius of a farm.
Well, people need to start growing. If you grow your own weed, you can grow your own greens.
Exactly.
It's a goddamn disgrace that in Chicago, it's Greeks that control, and Detroit, Greeks that control yams. You mean we can't get black farmers and all you sorry ass niggas with land down south waiting for eminent domain to take your shit? You guys can't grow yams? We're gonna have to do some shit for ourselves.
And if you
You
got that
know,
type of land, invite people to come and do something with the land that you own. I
yeah,
just
yeah.
seen Dr. Short where somebody owns 600 acres and the judge ruled that the railroad could build on their land because they wasn't doing nothing with the land.
That's because black folks look down on farming. That's slavery. That's like shit. It's money, bitch. People got rich farming with all this bad food out here, and we're gonna have to start putting pressure. The good news is the Great Depression is coming to America, and black folk got really hardcore in the Great Depression of the 1920s and 30s. It's time for black folks to turn on our leadership. It's time for black leadership to be held accountable. Isn't it interesting the sorry ass Prince Hall Masons took in Joe Biden with dementia? And they would be in South Carolina. I'm gonna just say there are a lot of coons in South Carolina. Damn, a lot of coons. Clyburn, damn. I mean, I need to start praying for him. We need to put him on my prayer list so I can have a vision about what's going to happen to him. I need to add a couple of people. So, and, I think I told
And
you Hakeem
in
Jeffries.
your favorite words,
What do you have to lose?
what do you got
I
to
mean,
lose?
we don't have anything to lose. Elon Musk, but I'm just saying, Elon Musk is no damn good. Tulsi Gabbard, she's a Hindu that worships Krishna. The thing I like most about her, she destroyed Kamala Harris back in 2020. I give her kudos for that. Um, we need people who stand up. Notice that greasy slime ball, Roland Martin, uh, they're not going to really do certain things. They want Trump to fail. They don't want black folks to benefit anything from Trump. So it's 4 years that we can't get shit because sorry ass
And
niggas.
they literally telling black people to not try to get nothing from this administration.
Because the reason that they're saying that is the the Greek letter organizations are aligned with the Democratic Party. So each time the Democrats are in, the Boule people get money, jobs, and contracts and don't do shit. The other reason that they're mad, and this is in the favor of Elon Musk, as I said, what I'm angry with Elon Musk about primarily is South Africa, but his ass needs to be sent a message: don't fuck with us. We're not black South Africans. We're not going to wait 400 years for you to fuck over us to get mad and then do a bad deal and let you keep everything you stole and say we're free. We're not going to do that shit here. Now, what I'm going to say I like about Elon Musk is they're investigating how people spend money. And this is what the Boule is upset about. Because federal money includes all the money that goes to the HBCUs and a whole lot of elite, no good, scamish, filthy Eastern Star, Prince Hall Mason, Omegas, Phi Beta Sigmas, Deltas, Gay K Gays, Kappas, and Alphas, and Zetas are in those schools fleecing money, stealing money. That's why the schools are never viable. if they audit them, a whole lot of Negroes that have brands on their asses and their titties and their shoulders and their arms and their legs are going to go to jail for fraud, just like that TPP money.
Yeah.
Whole lot of Negroes went to jail off that shit. Yes, they did. A whole lot of Negroes with fake NGOs that have gotten government money that have not delivered to the Black community. If they're audited, they're going to find themselves in lockup. This is beautiful. I would love to see some elite Black folks have to spend time with some angry low income Black people. That's what Sam Cooke, that's heaven to me.
Rodney asked you a question about Scott Turner, the new HUD director.
I don't know enough about him. Um, we'll see. I don't know. I did like that he cut out the just you get housing because you're a drag queen. That's cool. I mean, why should I have to have a dress as a man in the first place to get some housing if I need it? See what I'm saying? You're incentivizing sodomite life, but you de-incentivize heterosexual life. Do you realize that that's discrimination against people that like pussy? People who like pussy are persecuted. Women that like dick are not getting their share of the social services. Why are they being prioritized? Why are wealthy white gay men treated like a persecuted minority? They get all kinds of credit. I mean, they do a hand job under the desk of the loan officer. They get all kinds of shit. It's not true. I'm tired of it.
Mm. That's interesting.
Yeah, you're not telling the truth.
What do you think about Dr. Short? I'm glad we having this type of show because I get to pick your brain on a couple of things. What do you think about Cash Patel?
Again, when I see an Indian and his family got run out of Kenya or Uganda, I think Uganda, by Black people, we should be very concerned.
Mm.
Those Indians have a vendetta against Black people. And if you're Hindu and you're Brahmin, you see Black people as subhuman, as does Kamala. And all the Brahmin Indians are not our brothers and sisters, they're enemies because of their religious teachings that, Black people are subhuman. So pray for Black people.
Okay.
I've not seen Hindus treat Black people decently anywhere. Not in Guyana, not in Trinidad, not in South Africa, not in Uganda, not in Kenya, not in India, not in England, not in Australia or New Zealand. So, not in Guyana, not in Canada, not in Silicon Valley, not in New Jersey. And it's interesting, the white folks had the dot buster squads, white guys would go around and kick the shit out of Indians, and Indians hate Black people. Now, the good thing I want to say to you that Cash Patel's not going to stop. You know that they've already decided to shut down the 100,000 plus illegal Indians in the country. It's more than that. Their asses are going back. Hey, y'all, there are going to be some Dunkin' Donut franchises opening up. Maybe you'll get donuts that are fresh and they'll give you a full cup of coffee. Be chinching on the coffee and shit. Like you're going to run out of water. And the bathrooms are always closed because they don't want to clean up because you're a low caste. You're inferior to me, so our bathrooms a lot because
It's funny you say that
you're
because when
not
I'm
good
out,
enough. I'm superior to you. I can't clean your tinkle off of a toilet seat, but you can clean mine and my shit too.
literally, Dr. Short, I don't think a lot of people understand it. They literally keep most of their bathrooms locked in those stores because
Yeah,
of that.
yeah, that's
Because
why.
of that.
Because you're inferior. See, they believe that Black people, as this brother put up, and I mentioned it, in Hinduism, black people are the shit out of God's ass. And all of you fake ass niggas that go to the AME church and the other churches that have these ecumenical alliances with the Hindus, that's another betrayal. Black people have too many traitors, and we need to treat them like that greasy, fat, no good preacher, Reverend Barber. Anybody that's running with people in a religion that's hostile to Black Americans is an enemy to Black people. And his Poor People's Campaign, he'd be a lot richer if he didn't eat so much. You see how big he is? He needs to get 2 seats when he gets on the airplane.
We had that conversation the other day, and you had advised me that before we can move forward with what we need to do for our agenda, we need to really clean house of these traitors.
Oh, yes, we must. Black people are not serious. It's easy to criticize Elon Musk. But what about the no good coon-ass Republicans that always have lip service that's negative to Black people? I'm a registered Republican. I'm not a Republican. But Democrats and Republicans and niggetarians, because there's nothing liberal about their asses. Okay. Right? And I'm just saying, right? That these people need to be checked. And it's easily done. These people can't handle criticism. All we need to start doing is raising hell with them. There's a song, Bright in the Corner Where You Are. My thing is fight with the coons where you are. Nobody that's a coon should have peace of mind.
I thought, Dr. Short, I might have seen you out there. I got to mess with you. I thought I might have seen you out there in that crowd when Maxine Waters was trying to get up in the Department of Education.
Well, as dumb as she belongs up in there.
Look, Dr. Short, just looking at
Maxine Waters works for the Mexican cartels, more or less. Her district is predominantly Latino. She don't give a damn about Black people. I mean, so Maxine Waters, aside from having the most wrinkled face of any Black woman in the history of the Congress, and that's wild, man. There've been Black women in there since Shirley Chisholm. And even Shirley Chisholm, she was ugly, but her face wasn't wrinkled. It probably would have looked better if it was. But
I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed when I seen Black America's favorite Auntie Maxine out there looking crazy, arguing, the place got an audit, and you sitting out there trying to go in the place. That's embarrassing yourself.
Well, theater. She can't be embarrassed, except for they audit her husband. And that's why she's on the banking committee. When she leaves Congress, that's what she's staying in. If she leaves Congress, they'll probably audit her husband, and her ass may end up losing all this shit. That's what usually happens. That's why, she's off code for Black people. I said it about her. I don't care. You know what? So, any of the Black elite people who don't like what we're saying, let's have a public debate. They won't do it. We destroy them. We would destroy them. Well, can you imagine Professor Black Truth going up against the CBC, a Congressional Black Circus? They don't want it. We already live under communism as Black people. We're already under a communist dictatorship of the bourgeoisie. That's why shit doesn't get better. Everything is stagnated in the Black community, just like a former communist country where nothing changed because the same leadership was there for forever. If you were in the Communist Party, you were always, you were there for forever because you were communist. You were never going to have to leave. These people will be there until they die. It's like that woman, Bernice Reagan, or Eddie Bernice Reagan in Texas. That bitch was completely out of her mind. She was in her own shit and still trying to be in Congress. You can't even change your depends. How are you going to do the business of the people? Why would you want to do the business of the people if you can't even deal with the shit between the cracks of your ass?
Oh, so Dr. Short, I know this is something I know I know you got some good commentary on this. Apparently, the Justice Department have asked the prosecutors to drop the charges on our favorite friend Eric Abrams, and
Eric
then
Adams.
Eric Adams. I always call him Abrams, Eric Adams, and then he came out, did a press conference, and basically said he's never done anything illegal, and he never asked for any favors. So, what do you
Well,
think that's all about?
well, I think he's been at a Diddy party and asked for a favor, and he did do something wrong. He was born, so I just disagree with that. Next question.
No, I thought that was interesting. Also, President Trump pardoned the former governor of Illinois.
Oh, I loved it. But Black Gold was decent to Black people. That's one of the reasons he got into trouble. Obama destroyed him. Anybody that was good to Black people, Obama destroyed. Obama is like COVID, crack, and AIDS all at the same time to our people. I'm waiting for the day that Black people wake up and realize what a horrible, wicked, no good, despicable man Obama was.
Mm. Mm. That's interesting.
In fact, I'm hoping Michelle leaves him. And you know what? Obama doesn't mind she leaves as long as the sex toys stay. Take the mansion, but leave me the sex toys.
So the president had
what a wicked ass man with those crack pipe smoking lips. His lips are all black, and it's not from sucking on Black men. Well, maybe.
So the president, Dr. Short, right before we went live, he met with the press and said tomorrow he's going to have a big press conference with his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and talk about. They have a list of names of all the people that the money trail. What he did have Elon do that was good was they found out where all this money was going and they got receipts.
Which money for what? You talking about USAID or where else?
USAID, some of the stuff from Department of Treasury.
Okay.
And also Department of Education.
Oh, good. You know, a lot of this stuff has gone to LGBTQ stuff. And it's also gone into attacking faith-based groups. Look, I remember for whatever time I did it, I volunteered for pediatric AIDS. And I remember begging people to spend time with primarily Black children dying from AIDS. Most people wouldn't do that at all. And I remember the hostility when I would call and ask people to help. Okay, I even heard from people the kids deserve to die.
Mm.
Black people, not white people. And other things, you know, what I'm trying to frame is the Black community got a lot of bad rap around HIV, AIDS, and homophobia. It's been used to punish us and to take speech away from us because we've been made out to be the
face of it. Yeah.
When in reality,
the face of it and the bigots of it, which is weird.
Yeah, but wait a minute. As I say to people, Langston Hughes, the poet laureate of Black people, was openly gay. Alain Locke, the founder of the New Negro movement, a serious gay predator. Queen of the Blues, Bessie Smith, bisexual. Lady Day, Billie Holiday, bisexual. Ma Rainey, a lesbian. And I could do this for quite a bit. County Cullen, gay. Claude McKay, gay. And we can do some more. Johnny Mathis, gay. One of the mothers of gospel and rock and roll, Rosetta Thorpe, bisexual. One of the mothers of gospel, Clara Ward, bisexual. It's alleged Mahalia Jackson swung both ways. I love Mahalia. I don't know. It's possible. King of gospel, bisexual, if not straight out gay, James Cleveland. And we can do this for hours of people that were accepted and received by Black people all along. I haven't even done all the damn names. Zora Neale Hurston, a stud. What's the woman? Lorraine Hansberry, a stud. James Baldwin, gay. I mean, damn. It's a fucking cavalcade of Black folks that are openly gay that were accepted. Sammy Davis tipped. A lot of people were into all kinds of stuff. The Black community always had no option. If you were getting screwed by the master or the slave driver or whatever, we always had to deal with pedophilia, rapists, and all of that because we didn't have a choice because we weren't free. How dare the people that oppressed us and didn't give us the option to even be bigoted and exclusivistic like they are, turn around and project their bullshit on us. Black people have never enacted any laws against gay people, ever. Not a one. Not that there shouldn't be, but we never did that. The infrastructure, oh yeah, Bayard Rustin, gay. John Lewis, gay. Julian Bond, more than likely swung both ways, right here in the city of Washington. And I could do some more. What's his name? Henry Aaron, leader of blacks in Clarksville, Mississippi, the longest and most successful boycott in Mississippi. Gay. Billy Strayhorn, the major arranger and collaborator with Duke Ellington. Gay. What's his name? Ethel Randolph's assistant, whose name is escaping me. Gay. And I can do a hell of a lot more. And nobody said Bayard Rustin wasn't great. I suspect the congresswoman from Washington, D.C., I think she swings both ways. The mayor of D.C., I believe, swings both ways. I believe Karen Bass swings both ways. I believe Harold Washington swung both ways, and we still love him. Huh? And I can do some more. I think Shirley Chisholm, if she didn't swing both ways, she certainly was very supportive of the lesbian cause. Alice Walker swings both ways. We can just go on and on of Black people that were accepted, that were integral, and people did not beef about what they were into. Marie Knight, one of the gospel queens, she swung both ways. It's alleged Shirley Caesar swings both ways. It's alleged Albertina Walker swings both ways. And we can go on and on and on about people that accepted, loved, and people just kept on moving. Nobody sat up crying over this shit. Don't make us, it's alleged Eddie Kendricks of the Temptations may have swung both ways now and then. We love Eddie Kendricks. Al Green is alleged to swing both ways. We love Al Green, and we can go on and on. The Black community loves anybody that loves us back. Okay, there's a white dude whose name is Ray something. He has the little cloud that could raise something. Look it up for me. I'm forgetting his name. Johnny Ray. Johnny Ray is a white homosexual that was having #1 R&B records in the 1950s. Luther Vandross, you're right, is gay. Nona Hendrix of LaBelle, gay. I'm thinking of, and there are more. There are more. We could just do this for hours. People accept it, receive. I mean, Al Green, that caveman looking congressman, might swing both ways. Nobody's crying about that. It's alleged the longest serving Black member of Congress, John Conyers, may have swung both ways. And everybody loves John Conyers.
The father of H.R. 40.
Yeah, H.R. 40, reparations. Freddie Jackson, you're right, gay. Like him. Nobody cares. Look, our issue isn't who you screw. Our issue is how do you present yourself? Who has time to be under everybody's bed except for white intelligence agencies, the FBI, the CIA, the COINTELPRO, the Black Desk, the people who monitor Black communities, and the greatest gay of all times, J. Edgar Hoover, a mulatto homosexual. And he's not the only one like that. So, I mean, Black people persecuting gay people. The Harlem Renaissance was a Black, gay, dominated thing. It's a fact. The HBCUs are dominated by gays. The Black church is dominated by gays. T.D. Jakes is gay. Eddie Long is gay. Reverend Ike is suspect. Jamal Bryant is suspect. Whole lot of people. Marion Barry, people have accused him of messing with the kid. This came out. 16-year-old boy accused him. I don't think that it's fair to try to put that on our community. I'm trying to think. Althea Gibson, the Black tennis player. Many people thought she was gay. Nobody's crying. Nobody. In reality, they were Black. See, the old Black gays were Black first. Noel Jones may swing both ways. Tonex in gospel is gay. And we can just do this all day long of people that are notable in our community that are gay, that are loved and accepted, and nobody sits up and worries about. Nobody changes the silverware to plastic when someone gay comes over to eat. Matthew Shepard was murdered by white gay men, not by Black men. White men lead in killing gays and lesbians and sex workers. They lead in killing cops. Now, transsexuals, if I'm trying to get some sex from a woman and you pass yourself off as a woman, then you say turn over and you got a dick bigger than an anaconda, you got a fight on your hands. That's false advertising. Now, but even them, a lot of the Black trannies get killed by white men and white police officers, and there's no discussion. Remember the Black man they found out in the desert a few years ago with his organs removed? Black men don't do that shit. Think about it. So homophobia and Black people is bullshit. What Black people don't like is predators. What Black people don't like is disrespect. What Black people don't like is pedophiles. We don't like preying on children. We think it's excessive if you demand to be seen as a woman when you're a man. And the church, the Bible does not sign off on homosexuality. I don't care if you're a Muslim brother, the foundation of the Black American nation is Christianity. And like I said on my show, if the way the Islamic nations, oh yeah, Don Lemon's gay. It's not just Don Lemon. It's not just him. Max Robinson was gay. Your pioneer Black journalist. Pioneer Black female lawyer, Pauli Murray, a stud that used to dress like a man. I mean, I knew some of these people. I'm not picking on anybody. Pauli Murray was brilliant.
Dr. Short, tell the audience what you thought when you saw Pauli Murray.
I thought she was a man, a strange man.
And Pauli Murray was a
She's a black lesbian from Baltimore, Maryland, who is the mother of the interdisciplinary legal approach to ending Jim Crow segregation. She's brilliant, one of the most brilliant Black women we had. She's the creator of the National Organization of Women. Sadly, she was a feminist.
But Dr. Short, let me ask you.
Come here.
I know we don't want to revert the conversation to Pauli Murray. We've had a lot of conversations about this individual before. She knew she was B1 first.
Yes. Although she was the one that helped integrate white women to get the benefits of the civil rights movement. It's a major betrayal. That's why they like her. Yes, Lori Lightfoot's a stud. I believe that a bunch of women are studs that are in politics. My cat here is mad. They want chicken and they want funky chicken. You want funky chicken? They don't like to be recorded.
We're selfish at.
No, she was on my lap. You didn't see her tail.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, they're demanding chicken, but that's okay. We're going to do this.
So why, Dr. Short? How did we allow us to become the face of all that resentment towards our own community?
It's real simple. Black people that want to fit in, that go through the academy. Let me say this: my experience in being in the university is it's all about mind control. And when you get to Harvard or Yale or Princeton, people basically tell you how you can think. And when you get there, you learn things like there's no such thing as truth. Someone said Ayanna Pressley. Well, I'll tell you this: Ayanna Pressley is underserving her husband in bed. If she isn't a stud in spirit, to marry a man and not give him some ass is basically, that's proto-gay behavior. Quote me. I mean, bald-headed hoe, you need to screw your husband. He stood by you. I mean, I'm sick of that. That's another thing. There are a lot of Black women, they marry a dude and then they stop fucking. It's wrong. Okay. You'd rather have cobwebs up there than him. What you marry him for? Now, let's go back to university. When you get to the universities basically exist to destroy a belief in God and in morals. That's what happens at the universities. You may learn some stuff or profession, whatever, but ultimately they work to destroy your belief in this one true God. That's the mission of most of these churches. I mean, most of these schools. So I'll give you an example. Women's studies pushes feminism. And if you don't want to look like you're crazy and you have a lesbian teacher or a feminist teacher, and they have a conversation, you get jumped. If you think that it's good for a family to be a man and a woman, all of a sudden you have people screaming, threatening your life over something that's basic as a man and woman. You have to understand, most of the people that go to the elite schools in particular are bombed out, based out, trust fund white folks and Asians and others who are weird. who don't have a strong concept of God, right or wrong, or morality, and they don't have to. They've got money. You'll find faith and belief in God is that of poor and struggling people. Elon Musk is an atheistic, Luciferian piece of shit. And he doesn't need God because he has so much damn money, as does Bezos. And you'll start finding that's why the Bible says it would be easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than a rich person to go to heaven. Because once people have money, and the Bible says money answereth all things, once you have money and you can get practically anything you want, you find yourself not needing God. That's why that's the question. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? When you get caught up in things, money, power, you lose a part of yourself. And in the universities, it teaches people to worship the mind and philosophies. But what are these philosophies? Who are they teaching you about? They teach you about a predator, possible pedophile named Sigmund Freud, and weirdos who died of syphilis, people like Nietzsche. And they have you meet Derrida and Foucault, who also spent a lot of time gay. All these nasty, degenerate people. And these are the ones that you're told are brilliant. It's the same way they do if with entertainment. They pick somebody really nasty and gritty like Jay-Z or Diddy and tell you to look up to him. The same thing happens in university. So you end up Black folks who want to fit in, that want to be current. You start reading and getting into Marxism, and that's a big part of what happens in university. And Marxists reject the idea of morality. In fact, most people don't know that in the 1970s, homosexuality attained minority status that was deserving to be a protected class by the communist parties all over the world. So you'll find that communists and leftists all push for abortion, gayness, and feminism. And by the way, because of the nasty, filthy people like Paula White, these racist, phony Christian white supremacists pretend to be Christians, they hate Black people, won't give you a fucking break. The only option you really had to try to get ahead is the left. But the left says, we'll take you and we're not racist, psych, but you have to want to kill babies, crack your ass cheeks open to get fucked up the ass. Your women need a sex toy stuck in their pussy, right? And you need to like talk about class struggle and not focus in on motherfucking money for your own group of people, because communism hates nationalism. It does, which is why, in fact, this is why you deal with this minority question within the former Soviet Union, because they had all these nationalities. And a lot of times, like the Ukrainians, this whole shit going on between Russia and Ukraine, the former Soviet Union killed maybe 7 to 10 million Ukrainians. They starved them to death because Stalin and them wanted to destroy Ukrainian nationalism. They saw it as a threat to the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Black nationalism is hated by the Communist Party USA, like that bitch Angela Davis. They hated the Black Panther Party. They hate Black nationalism. They deal with it because they have to. So stupid ass Black people who think going to the left is better than going to the right. Neither one likes us, whether it's Democrat or Republican, extreme predatory racist capitalism or extreme predatory communism, all hate Black people. But when you get to the university and they tell you that you're educated, you have to start thinking the way, I can just tell you, you can write a paper and a teacher can tell you, you better forget about everything you wrote here if you want to finish. Let me help you. As a graduate of Howard University, you could not quote Ivan van Sertima. You could not quote Neely Fuller. You could not quote Dr. Ben or John Hendrik Clark There's certain people you would be destroyed if you use them as part of your research. It wasn't tolerated. They let us know, and I was in African studies. Don't bring up Diop either. They
So
let you
you,
know.
so
Don't bring any of this shit. We will not tolerate it.
so Dr.
Forget about
Short,
that stuff.
please pardon me for cutting you off. You're telling us that as a student who majored in African studies, you could not quote these
You you
African.
you you need to learn about Max Weber, German, Marx, German, okay, Derrida, the Frankfurt School. These people tell you what you can think. And if you get your meal ticket off of this stuff, you learn don't think certain sorts of things because you won't get paid. And most people go with the money. The money is on feminism. The money is on killing babies. The money is running after white women. The money is hating black men. The money is killing black babies. The money is on getting your ass blown out. The money is on sucking pussy when you're a woman. Everything that we don't need is where they send the money. It's like USAID is promoting pedophilia and sodomy over in Africa and killing babies. That's where the money's going. They want to fuck up Africa. And they've done the same thing here. Planned Parenthood has subsidized genocide for black people. There's all kinds of money if you want to kill a baby, but if you want to feed a baby or get them some school supplies, isn't it interesting? One group will pay $1 million to execute a black kid, and another will pay $2,000 to kill one. But they wouldn't give that kid money to go on a field trip. They wouldn't give that kid a laptop computer. They don't want him to know about phonics like the Department of Education. Burn that motherfucker down. Destroy the Department of Education. The Department of Education is an enemy of black people. That's the USAID. These things exist to hurt us. Black people were learning and able to read at a level equal to, if not surpassing, white people when the Department of Education was brought online. Since the Department of Education has been in existence, the intellectual and academic attainment of black youth, black people, has been going backwards. Fuck the Department of Education. Long live destroy the Department of Ed. Get rid of USAID. They need to get rid of a lot of things. They were put in to screw us. I'm not saying that they're doing those things to help for benefit. Am I saying that Donald Trump is doing these things just to help black people? No. But do black people benefit when shit that's harmful for us gets taken down by Trump? Damn right. You're goddamn right. Okay, I repeat, I'm not anti-Trump, but I'm not going to have some racists in here tell me I can't talk about fucking Elon Musk or eat my butt, as I call him. That's a nasty, vile, racist person. The best thing he'd understand is a Glock in his head. I mean, that's what people like that understand. The white South Africans only were willing to change when they realized that they were going to get taken down by black folks who didn't mind fighting them. By the way, the white folks in South Africa were willing to give up a little bit to the South African Boule trader class that they had developed under apartheid. And they knew that they would do what they wanted and fuck over the majority of the black people, just like our black elites are, which is why I kind of like them fucking with government work. It's a whole lot of niggas in the government. They see all this bad shit happening to us, and they can't even like drop a dime because they've got a good job. Some of those motherfuckers need to be unemployed. They don't get involved in everything. They always hide behind the hat shack. That's why they can't even go to PTA because they got a job. And I don't want to do nothing. I got a good job. Shit. And these same motherfuckers vote Democrat straight down. I hope all of them lose their jobs. This will be great. Find out the real world that black people who don't have the corrupt networks, the Greek letters, they're not fucking the bosses and shit that get their stuff through the Office of Personnel Management. Your asses should be fighting. sorry ass motherfuckers backstab and fight each other and help everybody else advance. It's time for the coons to suffer like the rest of us. But in South Africa, when they began to set on fire their coons, the white folks knew they lost control. When people will correct their traitors, the system has to change. When black people get tired of Jay-Z, Diddy, Beyonce, Maxine Waters, Clanburn or Coonburn or Clyburn, whatever the fuck his name is, a little Negro spiritual phony down in South Carolina. And when they get tired of what's that dude? He looks like a crackhead Mexican jumping bean. TD Jakes. When they get rid of people like this, it'll say that black folks are ready to fight for our shit. Right now, we're jokers. People look at the fact that TD Jakes brings in $150 million a year with his bootleg homoerotic gospel. Bullshit, nigga. All these fuck nigger preachers and others, when we turn on their asses and we say we're down for ours, I'm down for mine. I got gats and I want my shit. When this begins to happen collectively, they're going to be forced. In fact, there's hope. I'm seeing more and more people, thanks be to God, that are quitting the divine swine. They're leaving the boule. They're coming out saying, I was a Satanist. I betrayed God. I said I was a Christian, but I was an Omega. I was a Delta. I took pledges to satanic gods. I betrayed God and my people. I want out. That is the beginning of the cracks in the system. We have to keep the pressure on. If you know someone that's a Greek, tell them that they're Satanists. You're going to hell. I have a cousin who's a pastor. I constantly send multiple anti-Greek shit. I don't care. Fuck it. Quit. I have an auntie that's a Greek, and I tell her ass, I don't care. 70, quit. It's bullshit. You're supposed to have faith in God, not in the people that you that you fried chicken for naked with the chef hat on. I mean,
and the apron.
No, yeah, y'all did a bunch. Y'all did more gay shit to the people in prison to get into that stuff. All you guys are suspect. You want to prove to me you're straight? Quit. Leave right now. Just say I don't want to. Just what makes you stay? You know it's bogus. You afraid? Oh, they got pictures because you know they film some of the shit that they do when they're joining. They got Diddy tapes too. That's why people stay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they do. Oh yes, they do. And for a lot of ugly sisters that get chunky, they stay in the sororities because the people and their brother thing have an obligation to tune them up. So they're women in their 60s and 70s getting screwed by their Greek cohorts because they pledged. So it's sort of like a lifetime supply of dick if you cross over. Uh, well, you know, girl, she's got to have it, as Spike Lee said. But y'all some nasty holes. Y'all kill babies. You're divorced. You're not reproducing. You guys have the lowest fertility rate of all black women. You hoes that go through these sororities, and a whole bunch of dudes swing both ways. The tougher they act, the more they get fucked in the ass. That's how I see it. There's something abnormal about the whole thing. I don't like it. Why can't you and I've never met you. Why can't we just be brothers? I meet you, you're a good person. That's it. I don't need to pour I don't know, hot coffee on your ass to be friends to you. I kick you or beat you. That's some gay bondage and discipline shit that these people do. And I don't care if you're a gorilla sister and you're a tough dude and you bench press and all that. But like I was doing a show with the brother in New Jersey. No, he was in Connecticut. And I was talking about some stuff, and one person got mad. And I basically started talking about some stuff, and he got mad. And I kept talking about it. And he said something to me, and I said to him, dude, you know, you're the kind of guy that fucks guys who acts tough. I know you. And the guy got You know, he started cussing and shit. And he was running the board. He hijacked it. I'm going to kick your ass. I said, see, he's talking about my ass. I told you, I hate you. I'm going to kick your ass. I mean, and basically the show ended. But this guy was a gorilla sissy because he got mad. I was criticizing pedophilia and he got all in his feelings. And other people didn't notice it. This is how immoral black people are. I'm attacking pedophilia, the molestation of black babies. And this dude gives a defense. And you don't see, hey, wait a minute, why are you defending somebody that wants to screw kids? What's up with you?
Wow.
I hate you. I says, no, you don't hate yourself. I'm gonna get your ass. It says you're a gorilla sissy. I got some people that shank you before you get to me. You vile motherfucker. I hope you have AIDS. It hasn't killed you fast enough.
A gorilla sissy.
No. He's a gorilla sissy. These are, you see them among the Qs and some of the other frats. Really tough, mean-looking black men, and they love dick more. They love dick way more. More than Diddy and Patti LaBelle put together. In fact, they make Superhead look like Virgin Mary. And that's what's going on. And this is why the black community is so fucking immoral that the Greeks run the churches. They got Greek Day in church, but they don't have a God Day in church. No Christ Day in church. No black liberation in church. No black reparations in church. No united black family. No more stop killing black babies. No more stop the human trafficking in black church, but you got Greeks every fucking where. And they keep the money amongst themselves. And the same way that the HBCUs are bankrupt and broke, a lot of these churches, the Greeks come in and steal money amongst themselves, or the Prince Hall Masons steal and cheat. And they're black when they want your money to go in the fucking basket, and they're Greek when they get the money in the counting room. They do the same thing to us that the tethers do.
Yeah, they're the original grifters.
Yeah, well, it's time. By the way, I want to remind everybody, my birthday was February 9th. I turned big 6-0. I thank God. Tomorrow, I'll be celebrating Survival Day. I had a heart attack that should have taken me out of here, says all the doctors. So I'm thankful to be alive, and I'm going to be true to my cause. 3 years ago, I had a heart attack that basically 95% of the people die from, even with immediate medical care. So when you hear me talk about God, it's because something intervened, and I was praying when I was having a heart attack. I'm still here talking to y'all. And so I'm not ashamed of the gospel. Like Nat Turner was a real good Christian, and his old time religion is good enough for me. Anybody that wants to send a contribution, I'm having my first birthday party in my life, really, since I was 7. I haven't really had a birthday party. And my mother did that when I didn't get to. This is the first birthday party where I got to invite people I wanted and in my life. So my birthday party is February 24th. It's a Monday. If you're in the DC area and you think you want to come, you can email me at wrandyshort@gmail.com, and I can give you an evite. I can evite anybody that wants to come. You don't have to come. If you can't come but want to help celebrate my birthday, because I have all these books I want to get. Yeah, my baskets are full. I've got
I forgot you're a read Negro.
Yeah, and I'm looking. On top of that, I need to give you guys the sober news tomorrow. I go with my mother to get the results of her biopsy, and I don't know what it is, but they're saying, I mean, can you imagine? Both her and I are diagnosed with having cancer within basically 6 months of each other.
Mm.
Mine stage 4, and I suspect hers is advanced. So we're going to do a road trip. The good news is I found a really good Black doctor here through my friend Rocky. If you're in the DC area and you want to get a good doctor that can deal with stuff that's a naturopath and an MD, reach out to me. I'll give you a contact for Dr. Theodore Watkins, who's here, whose office is in the hood and doesn't turn anybody away. Going to go and see him, but I'm also going to go down on a road trip with Mom, and I'm going to get a friend of mine. I'm going to hire them to be our driver because Mom isn't driving and I don't drive. I'm a true urban Washingtonian. We're used to Metro, okay? We're going to be down in Texas, and there's a thing called ultrasound. Anybody knows anyone with cancer? There's a place in Austin, Texas that takes Medicare and Medicaid called North Austin Urology. Let me put this up here on the screen, and maybe you can share that with your audience. Ultrasound allows, they kill the cancer with frequencies. And that way, all the bad cells get killed with the ultrasound frequency, and the good cells are left alone. That's no chemo. They don't need to cut you. And this technology has been around over 80 years. They assassinated the first doctor that came up with this in the 1930s. It's almost 90 years. And these doctors are just taking your money, killing you. As I told my doctor, I don't want anyone sticking me in my ass once a month for the rest of my life. They go, oh, we've got to give you an infusion. I said, is that what they call sodomy now, an infusion? I don't want an infusion. Mm-mm. I told y'all nobody's going to stick my ass and make me take pills to grow titties. And I'd end up with 3. That's what I told the doctors. Nothing, shit never works with me normally. I'd have 3 titties and shit. I'd have hot flashes, and I'd probably start having a monthly out my ass. I says, no. I'm not going to do that. Let it kill me. I'll die first. I'm serious. I will die for my dick. But because if you take the shots up the ass, you have permanent, it causes sterility. It can cause permanent sterility, kill off your sperm production. I like my sperm. And I'm not trying to let nobody kill them. They may as well take your balls off, which is why it's called pre-castrational. In other words, they can castrate you and leave your nuts on. I don't want to be castrated. You need to interview my cousin, Elaine Riddick, who was sterilized. And my great uncle was experimented on literally 81 years ago by the Nazis. I wonder, because he didn't have children, if they fuck with his dick. Nobody ever talks about it inside. Damn. I told the doctor, that shit's too fresh to me to remember my uncle was experimented on by the Nazis. Yes, he was. And he's a real person. His name is Joseph Reddick Short. He was born 1898, died 1975. He served in both World War I and World War II. Okay. And the Nazis fucked over a whole bunch of black men that they captured in 1944. So they did. And the US government never punished the Germans for doing this. In fact, they got the information on what the Germans found hurting black people. And it's part of a weaponry of biowarfare used against our people today. I'm not paranoid. I don't hate anybody. But damn, how many bites out of this fucking black apple do you have to take before I don't like you and anybody like you? Okay. Now, I want to remind everyone that you can always contribute to the stuff I'm doing. By the way, please they're shadow banning the hell out of my channel, but you should share it. In particular, if you know someone you don't like and you want someone to get out of your life, Please send my videos to them. I am the best revenge. I'm free. You have free access to my videos. You don't like someone, send the video to them with no comment. I was talking to a friend of mine who's trying to get rid of a couple of people in this life. He says, all I have to do is send them your video. They won't talk to me anymore. You want to get rid of an asshole or a person keeps calling and asking you for money? Send them my video. If you got a beggar relative or associate, send them my videos. You know a no good pork chop feminist bitch that needs to be cussed out, who deserves some domestic violence in Jesus' name. If you know a sperm dropping, no good, black woman hating, loudmouth, no good black dude who probably swings both ways and his his dick don't get hard, so he uses his fists on sisters. If you want to offend them, please use my videos. If you know a predator, if you know someone that's gotten away with molesting kids that thinks that nobody knows, send them my video. You know a no good liar preacher who the Ku Klux Klan should burn his church down with him in it, send them my video. Circulate this shit. Make these people unhappy. This is activism. Agitation means you piss people off. Piss off, sell out Negroes. Send it to the coons. If you know some stupid ass young people that think smoking weed with their ass cheeks exposed, being funky in public, if you think they'll be offended, send it to their asses. It's free. And there are now hundreds of videos. You can send as many as you want. There's no limit. Like, share, subscribe, and of course, if you wish to donate, Cash App, $ Dr. Randy Short, Venmo, Dr. Randy Short, Patreon, Dr. Randy Short, Zelle, and PayPal. My email, which you can always write me. If you don't send goofy shit, I try to respond. It's wrandyshort@gmail.com. And a shout out to all the Bible believing Christians in the house, because now everybody's an asshole in another stupid, dumb fuck religion or cult. I'm a Christian nigga like Nat Turner and Frederick Douglass and all the people that freed your asses. You little cult niggas that have never done shit but grift. And y'all are worse than the preachers and get twice the money and 10 times the sex and do 10 times less than the sorry ass people in church. But if you're a Christian and you're tired of bullshit and you want to hear a relevant, socially conscious, black message that's pro-Bible, pro-God, and anti-racism and anti-coon self-hatred and betrayal, then you need to follow, because we do it every Saturday. SALT, which stands for salvation, because niggas are lost and sinners, they need to get saved. Look at how fucked up we are. And liberation, we do need to be liberated from the other shit. Get liberated from sin and get liberated from the people that fuck over us, both within our race and from outside the temple. You should follow. We come on every Sabbath, which is Saturday, the proper day to pray to God if you're a real Christian. Y'all don't even get the day right. You know, you would get mad if you were married and your man forgot your birthday or your anniversary. Well, God wants Saturday, not Sunday. Those grifter preachers know this, but they don't do that. They don't do anything right. They don't. Then you should follow SALT. And pretty soon you'll be able to give to SALT. I will have a post office box. It's been cold as hell. I've been fighting, making certain I get rid of this chest congestion going outside. But I want you to know, if you like that, check out. And I will have my Ryuko hooked up in case they attack my Wi-Fi. But we will be doing part 2, to Stop in the Name of Love. And my series that's ongoing on all my pages is the Message to Black Americans. Message to Black Americans is a series of sermons that are historically, culturally, socially, and biblically relevant to the hearts, souls, and minds of Black people. Negroes need to turn to God because we don't have help from nobody. Tethers prove that. And Elon Musk is proof that people from other countries are coming here to hate and destroy us. We better get with God. What the hell you think has kept them from not wiping us out as much as they hate us with their 400 million guns? And half of us are coon traders. We don't even have a full complement of our people behind our own freedom struggle. So SALT Ministry, and of course, send me an email. We pray for people, and trust me, miracles have happened. One dude we were praying for, his Jeep got hit by a 16-wheeler truck, knocked him 30 feet in the air in his car. He survived. Getting hit by a 16-wheeler truck is no joke, people. We were praying for him. You can email me and we will put you on our prayer list, because Negroes need prayer, because everybody's out to get us. We should be paranoid, but you can believe that God will help you. I'm still stocking up books. I want to do my reading and all. Just all kinds of weird stuff has happened with health. I believe by the time we get this cancer zapped, and I've got a herbalist doctor where we're gonna get rid of the chicken and other shit, so I don't have cancer and so forth. And I hope mom too. Then I can go back to the books. I may do it before, but I will be doing shows with Brother Q, Brother Lone Wolf, Brother Raman. The Patriarch Summit is still a thing that we need to kick off. We need to do something tomorrow, Brother Q.
I put it in there. I put it in there for tomorrow at 7:00.
Okay, we need to do that. And I'll say this to y'all. Be kind to each other, help each other, support each other. I want to thank everyone that helped me on my birthday. This person said Rustin, this guy makes a good point. I want to say this. Bayard Rustin was a pedophile. Bayard Rustin was a communist pedophile. He was scum. He was smart, but a lot of people are smart. Ted Bundy's smart. There are a lot of smart people that do evil things. You're correct. Bayard Rustin was basically, he is a neo, or actually I would call him a sexuality coon. Old school black gays were black first. I would tell anyone, I don't give a fuck who you're laying down with. Who you fuck is what you do. Your race and your ethnicity is who you are. And the neo-sexuality coons have said, whose mouth I put my dick in is more important than all the struggle of the generation our ancestors before. These people are apostate traitors to our survival. Quote me, the new house niggas in our race are the ones that put their dicks, pussies, assholes, and jaws ahead of the survival of us as a collective. And that includes heterosexual people who have to be laid up with folk who hate their guts or want to have kids that don't look like them. Okay, want to simulate because you hate your skin. Okay, you hate you hate light-skinned black folks and date a white person darker than a light-skinned person. It's no excuse to marry outside your community other than you hate your own guts. Your community includes people in the diaspora, which means you can get with a black Brazilian or a black Panamanian or a black Jamaican. You can get whatever you want. But when you run after the descendants of people that enslaved you, you've got a type of self-hating psychopathy. You're a sick-ass individual, and you deserve what you get because a beat down and a betrayal is sure to come. And this brother is right, Reparations Nation. It says Rustin is the only one of the old school gays that bothered me because he wasn't black first. That's true for Paulie Murray. He was very much into white male lovers, and he was into white children. Bayard Rustin got pardoned in 2020 by my no good shit fuck cracker Newsom. Bayard Rustin was in a car having sex with 3 white boys at one time. Bayard Rustin's a pedophile. And so they're using Bayard Rustin to make black men the face of pedophilia as well. We think whenever they advance somebody, it's to put us down. So said he was much more into his white lovers and fought for gay rights more than black rights. He certainly did that towards the end of his life. He's pathetic. He's nasty. He's vile, and it's sad.
That
And
person should go. That person should go back to a show that we did about a year ago on Byron Rustin, and they give
yeah,
a
I
lot
have a
of
whole show on Bayard Rustin. You did. I did it on 2
yeah.
platforms. So we talked about the film Bayard Rustin, and it's really funny. Um, he he came up with. If you saw the movie, they're saying he had a dream while the white dude was screwing him in the ass for the March on Washington. So the film implied Martin Luther King's dream came from a black man having a white dude bust a nut in his ass. That's sad. I mean, but people, ooh, a film on Byron Rustin on Netflix. It was so good. By the way, Obama made the film, and
Mm.
Obama's alleged to have sex with a lot of white men. It's sad. It's sad. Um, we need to wake up. And again, I'll tell anyone when the babies had AIDS, I didn't run and say, oh, well, they have a gay disease. My thing is, black babies are dying. I feel the same way about black folks, same sex attracted. But you have to be honest with people. I just sent some money today, just so that people know where I'm coming from. I adopted someone, I won't say which country, and they're struggling with their sexuality. And I told the person, I like you, nice looking person, all that. But I told them, you know, this gay stuff doesn't lead anywhere. I says, you're not going to meet people that stare around you, they'll fuck you. I mean, and then they get bored with you. In reality, homosexuality is like fast food. Okay, it fills you up, but it's not good for you. Heterosexuality is like a home cooked meal that's well balanced. It nourishes and helps you. Okay, it's between. So if you want junk food, who's to say you can't have it? You want wholesome food? And I just say this: I have women friends. I'm not saying I'm laid up with them, but you know what? It is so healing to have a conversation with a nice, straight black woman that's caring. I could just talk to them for hours. I have a lot of friends like that. And I said to you, a lot of you black men, where the only way you can understand a woman is when you're on top of her, you don't really know anything about women. You like a woman's holes. As I said, most black men, some of you are shitty people, you're about 4 holes, sometimes 5. Her mouth, her vagina, her rectum, and her pocketbook. Okay. And if you pee in her ears, I mean, it's more holes. But ultimately, it's the utility of a woman's body, not the value for her as a human being, as a soul, as a potential soulmate, as a mother of your legacy. And you get the shit wrong if all you see is tits and ass when you look at a woman. It's shallow. And our community is in shambles because black men think being a heterosexual pussy hound is being a man. You're just a degenerate that at least likes pussy. Um, you're not going to get a star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. You're supposed to like pussy, but you're not supposed to like pussy so much that you commit, marry, faithful, and loyal, and create an institution called a black family, which is scarce these days. All this fucking has given us STDs and bad health. It's time for people to rediscover love, commitment, intimacy, and long-term relationships. That's something we used to have. It's not so impossible. In fact, you niggas only figured out in divorce court. I mean, when the woman either has a girlfriend or she's taking you for all your shit because she's tired of, looking at the ceiling fan because you're not hitting it. Or you got a big pipe and you're getting a chemical erection and shit, but in reality, your souls aren't connected because you don't really know her and she didn't know you. And by the way, they're pork chop feminists. They're not worth a damn either. They only care about a man's penis and the thickness of his wallet and his dick when they want to give up pussy to a man. And they go back and forth between men and women depending on their mood. I'm angry at men, so I'm gonna fuck women that don't pay for my pussy, even though I'm obsessed with money. And I hate men that pay for my pussy They feel better than a sex toy, but I'm not in control when a man's on me. I would rather be with the woman. I stand a better chance if I take a lick at her. She won't hit me back as hard as he might if I hit him 10 times. All this sexual chaos has to go. And so if I've offended you, all praises be to God. If you have a sexual, like, so I'm just saying this about the young guy who I told, stop being gay. And there's nothing wrong with liking guys. I like you, Q. But I can't imagine a hairy ass on my nose. I mean, I have like problems, pre-asthmatic any damn way. I don't need anything obstructing my airways, right? I can, and I halfway sing and everything bothers my throat. Can you imagine some poop on your vocal cords and trying to sing? I don't know how Sylvester did it. Anyway, this young guy has turned his life around. Today, I sent money for his mother to get medical care. I didn't say, oh, you used to suck dick. I don't care if your mother's dying. It's just not, I'm not like that. I like you. I like your mom. You call me, I'm for you. I care about you. I want you to be a dad. You're a nice looking man. You're going to make nice looking children with the woman versus making doo-doo babies with the dude that don't like you. Mm. And by the way, studs, men pay for pussy, and you can lie and put a dude in jail if he looks at you the wrong way. When you get with the woman, you lose social power and you get less income. Dicks are more economical. I'm going to go, bless me if you can, birthday February 24th, Monday. If you want to come and you're in the DC area, you can send me an email at wrandyshort@gmail.com. It's going to be cool. We're going to be, I think, at a Brazilian steakhouse. So we're not eating at a McDonald's. Fuck that shit. I've lived 60 years. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die, doing some foodie shit. So please come if you can, or let me know. We'll make certain there's some seating for you because it may be a good turnout. If you can't come, send $2. Okay, right now, I have all these books I have to get that I want, and I just want them. So when people like you and others call me, all these books you see, if you could see, my house is like a research center. You call me Q and you ask me a question, I say, give me a second, I'm gonna pull it down. So, and Black folk like me, we're the think tank for Black folks. When folks want something to call and say, would you know something about it? Yeah, I know the book. Let me tell you what you need to look at. I have a friend that's in graduate school. He calls and says, you need to look at this. You need to look at that. I just saw a book the other day. I was looking at, it's going through this. You want this, right? So when I get books, it's not like I'm going to make love to them. Although if books were pussy, I would have died of STD a long time ago. I would have died as a kid. I wouldn't have made it. I would have made it to 12. Love me some books. And I have books in my bed. I do sleep with my books, but I don't like, trying to fold them over myself. Anyway, can you imagine pages would get stuck? Nah, I like my books too much. So my books are all virgins. But drop a dime, $ Dr. Randy Short, Zelle Dr. Randy Short, which is Patreon, Dr. Randy Short, Venmo Dr. Randy Short, Zelle, W. Randy Short, PayPal, W. Randy Short. I would love contributions. They'll be going to do a couple of things. I need to get a reverse osmosis machine because the water here is poison. And I had a fist fight with my mother because she likes bottled water. But the microplastics in the bottled water causes dementia and Alzheimer's. Stop drinking bottled water. Get yourself a reverse osmosis machine. It's cheaper than having a haul. Like I have to do like 20 steps to get in the house. It's bad for your back. Get a reverse osmosis machine, get it installed, and your water will be safe to drink and better tasting. I want to do a shout out to Brother Lonnie, who got me a temporary water filter thing, as well as got me a juicer. Get juicers, they're good for you. Celery juice is really good. You can add a cucumber, and I had kava juice. And even if you don't drink all the kava juice, I poured it in the spinach that I fixed. By the way, all you guys, if you want to protect your nuts and your prostate, sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, eat a little bit every day. It's good for you. And we're going to do another show pretty soon. I will do a Black Dicks Matter follow-up. And yeah, Black Dicks Matter. Did you see that? He's falling asleep. Yeah, Black Dicks Matter, and we'll be doing this kind of stuff. And that's it. Hello to you, my Wasi sister in Illinois. Thank you, all the moderators. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And Brother Q, we can do more of these. We need to come back and talk about Gaza. But I'm going to say this before I go, because I started. If how the Muslim world has let the Palestinians be genocided when they have more than enough power to stop that shit, then I have real issues with Malcolm X telling black folks to go over to Islam. Because if they won't fucking help the Palestinians, what do you think would happen if we were being genocided? Even if all of us were Muslims? Not a goddamn thing. So I'm not picking on you, Brother Q, but I don't see what the hell we've gotten out of following Malcolm X into Islam. Not because you can't believe Islam, but part of how it was sold to us is that we would be part of a community of people that would have common interests with us politically, socially, and economically. And that shit has rang hollow. I will be having a conversation on Malcolm X and Islam, and I love Malcolm X, but if they won't help the Palestinians right there with the third holiest site in Islam, Al-Quds, aka Jerusalem, they ain't gonna do shit for nobody in Anacostia, Harlem, Huff, Compton, which is not even black anymore, Altadena. They won't do anything for anybody. In fact, a lot of them over here, and they're racist as shit in the masjids. Black Muslims lie through their asses. These Pakistanis and other people hate our guts. They don't like us. And so, damn, you could get treated better by racist ass white evangelicals in a white church than you do by, you know, these folks who funky. A lot of them don't use deodorant. And, you know, and I don't know what it is about the peroxide in the beards and the ugly little plastic sandals and shit. You know, that's just dumb as fuck. I'm not saying the people in the church any better, but the church is fucked up as it is. So picking another religion that's more fucked up, in my view, it's just the stupidest thing in a church with take dicks jakes. Open your minds, people. Think for yourself. Okay, I'm done. Are you done with me, brother? I know you're mad. I'm not
Yes.
picking on you. Okay,
With that, remember to like, share, subscribe.
That's
Until
right.
next time, family.